There's a party over here.
New York City.
So jealous.
People, live in New York.
City.
Friday night.
Friday night.
Concrete jungle where dreams are made of. There's nothing you can't do. Yo.
Watch out, we don't want to get doxxed.
Hi, everybody. Welcome. Oh, my gosh. It's been such a fun day here in New York, and we're going to share some of that with you. But we also have some great topics to talk about, important topics. Wasn't it great to take a little bit of a break?
It was.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, a little bit of a break.
To get up and meet with our my coworkers.
Yeah.
It was.
That was the best. Yep.
But there's also in New York such a reminder of community. And I think Mo talked about it earlier about getting out of our California bubble for us California ladies. And I think just leaving that environment that we're so used to and coming to a different place and seeing other people.
And getting away from Abbott.
Texas. So Andrea was glad to get out of her Texas bubble.
And I was happy to come home.
And yeah, James was happy to come home.
Welcome back, Carter.
Yeah.
Exactly. We thought we'd share a little bit of our experience today with you. And one of the big ones is the Statue of Liberty, because it's such a reminder. It's such an iconic image of New York, but it's also such an important icon of liberty for our country. And of course, that's everything that we are about and standing for democracy. And so seeing that again just reminds us of what our country was built on. So if you don't know what's on the statue, what it reads, it says, "Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free, the wretched refuse of your teeming shore. Send these, the homeless, tempest tossed to me. I lift my lamp beside the golden door." Meaning welcome, welcome.
Bienvenido.
Yes, to this country. And so I just, it gives you goosebumps. So want to say hi to everybody who's saying hello.
Hi, Jazzy. Hi, Army. Angry Army vet.
Yeah, angry Army vet. Hi. Oh my gosh. We're having, it was a long day, so we're all a bit exhausted. But let's talk about the Statue of Liberty, because I do think, again, that is such an important reminder of what this country means. What did it mean to you to see her again?
It means a new beginning. That if you did come here from another country, you could come here and be successful. That's the reason they have different cuisines in America, that I don't just have to eat fried chicken and greens. I can have Asian like we did last night.
I tell you, what it meant to me, it made me a little emotional and inside. And I thought, this was a promise. I thought about the Godfather scene where Vito comes in there and he's singing to himself, and all these people, the look in their eye when they all stopped when they saw it. And I thought, such hope and such planning, and now it's all at risk.
It gave me hope again to see that lady, and hope that hope changes things again.
I just had some childhood memories of going in and climbing the spiral staircase up to the crown. At that point, her arm was, and the torch was shut down for tourists. I don't think it's open. I don't think they ever reopened it.
Yeah, I don't.
But it's just such a euphoric, beautiful presentation.
And I was telling everybody, I kind of joke about this, but I don't. I wanted to see her again because if this man, Trump, continues his reign in this country, that statue could very well be replaced with his likeness. I mean, look at what he's done to everything else. So we're going to talk about a couple of other things around that. But did you show that other clip of us on the boat?
Not yet. Give me a second here. There's a couple.
So just to give you an idea of what we do. So you've got Keisha there, Maureen, Roseanne.
Oh,
Hold on, there's more clips. Let me just find them.
I love Anitra's hair.
Oh, thank you.
Girl, I want your hair.
Yeah, beautiful images of the city.
I love the skyscrapers.
All right, everybody, we the people. Live from New York.
Cost money to take my picture.
Live from New York. Say hey,
There she is. Oh, yeah. Anitra's gonna pose.
And then Keisha sent me 2 more.
Oh, she did.
Yeah, she did.
It's surreal because of everything that's going on and everything she represents.
It's inspiring.
Makes me want to weep.
I love New York. I love New York, and the weather is beautiful today. I'm glad we
It
came.
represents so much of what
I got to meet with We the People Unite.
What's that been like?
Everybody is nice, and now to meet them in person is wonderful. You know, now when we have our shows, we really feel like we know one another now. I enjoyed it. How do you feel?
For your safety, all passengers are remaining off stairs, ramps, and landings until the ferry has come to a complete stop at the terminal. Remain behind the
Oh.
One more.
Thank you,
Go.
Jazz.
We're working together, you know, we're here. It shows that we're really dedicated and trying to get to know each other and bringing this up. It's important for community. Because if we're going to unite, then we have to literally do it, not just figuratively.
Bringing people together. That's what we're doing. We the People Unite.
And we're having fun.
Yes.
Aww.
Aw,
That was a great clip.
That's great.
so, I'm so jelly. I want to be there.
Next one. Next
Hold
one.
on.
Do it again.
Hold on. There we go.
We do need to do a DC trip.
There we go.
Yeah.
Here we are, breakfast this morning.
Beautiful.
And then what else do we got?
Rhea got her pancakes.
Yeah, she did.
Beautiful.
This is such a beautiful building. I took a picture of the inside. I should send that to you. But it was, just, the architecture is just amazing.
And it's all Carrera marble, which is just
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this is the second to last photo I have.
I would like to.
Oh,
I've got to talk about the 9/11.
Sorry. There we go.
election pool.
Yes. So I don't know how many have been to New York since 9/11. I had not been here since 9/11. I came before. This memorial is so emotional. It's so beautiful. And so I thought the brilliance of the idea behind this, it's just awe-inspiring. How did you all feel?
I wept. I couldn't stop the tears from flowing. They just ran down my face, and I stood over there quiet, which is very rare for me. And I was thinking about the Miracle of Stairway B and how the people fought and how they helped each other and all the people that got together and united during that time. And it didn't matter if you were Jewish or black or ugly or fat. They just helped each other. And I felt overwhelmed because that's the America that I love. That's the America I know we can be. And we're so divided right now. And then I was looking at the names and I said, these were people.
Yeah.
These were people.
Yeah, and
Yes, you can feel the names, and they got the whole name, Janae, this and that, this one, and I just Crockett and these names, and I said they mean things, and I've seen a couple of the names I've seen in documentaries and stuff, and I thought, wow, it was here. And I was in the last time I was there, I was in the building, and now it's gone. And it just seems so. Anyway, it's beautiful. They did a great job, and it's a blessing. And they have flowers on there. It's just nice.
So many lives poured into that concrete. Literally, so many lives are poured into that concrete.
Yeah.
Well, what it made me feel sad. I felt sad. I felt scared, actually. I felt scared that with all of this that Trump has done to Iran, that we don't know what to expect right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I forget what it
It's
was.
a blessing to be able to go, especially in the climate. And I also thought how fortunate I am to be able to travel right now. When things are tight right now.
Yeah.
So, people including me, and I thought I'm blessed that I'm able to see something so iconic during my travel, and plus do it with the people that I care about, my new friends.
Here, I have the video, Kim. Just give me one sec.
Yeah, I forgot that I had a video because to see it in person, it's
hold on. Let me.
It's
fix that.
yeah, you got to turn it the other way. To see it in person, that's the inside of that.
Wow.
Yeah.
They did an amazing job.
These are all shops in here.
Wow.
It was amazing.
I lived in the area like when it was getting built, and because I lived in Chicago when 9/11 happened, but then I didn't move into New York until 2005 and fully 2006, and I saw the building the entire time going in the city and stuff, but I've never been into the finished product yet. It's amazing.
Yeah, and Jazzy bring us a good point when you go back to the pools, when you see the memorial, the fountain, all the people look so small. It gives you really better perspective of just how large this memorial is, because it actually takes the actual square footage, right, of where the tower stood. Yes. So that is, and you can feel the energy is palpable there. It's
correct.
Yeah, I get chills talking about it. It was an amazing experience.
That whole thing is just one of those things where you just remember. You'll never forget where you were, right, when you found out about it and when it happened. All right, let's try this again.
Some of the names.
Wow.
I think that'll be a good topic for today. I think, there are visits in New York, and it's the same day. I think.
Yeah, thank you for doing that. It's one thing to see an image of it. It's another thing to experience.
I mean, as I approach
the sound and the water,
overwhelmed. With emotion.
When it happened, when September 11th happened, I lived in Las Vegas, and what was so astonishing is the fact that when they said no more aircrafts could be in the air, I've never heard such a quiet place. I've never heard this so silent. Yeah. It was.
Yeah, I remember that.
It was so silent.
Everywhere.
We had never known it.
Brought.
I was pregnant, at that time. My daughter was due in November, and when it happened, I was driving into the city because I was doing part-time work, and my husband had to go to San Francisco because his father was in an accident. And I just remember, I did not know when he was going to come back or anything. I was all by myself. And when I got to the office, I got sent home right away. because there was reports in Chicago about now it's Willis Tower, but the Sears Tower was a target at one point. And so I had to go. And even to this day, it's like, I was thankful that I was able to go, but I remember I was very pregnant at the time. I'm like, what am I going to do? My husband's in San Francisco. I don't know when he's coming back. I could pop at any time, and it just really brings back those memories,
Well, and Jim, you were here. You lived here during
I
that
was
time.
here, and it was the most beautiful, perfect, glorious day. Fall day, the temperature, September, the crispness in the air, blue sky. I don't think I've ever seen a bluer sky.
But the night before, it poured. It poured down rain so hard that electricity was gone. It poured.
That's right.
Tears.
And it was just to me, I had never been there. I've avoided it. I have avoided it up until now, going there. Because for all those years, August, if you remember, anybody else in New York, it was closed and the ashes were everywhere. And
Yes.
it was, to me, I was like, what are people thinking? I mean, they're breathing in everything, from human flesh to carpeting to office equipment to you name it. But I got sad today because, I also remember the good after it happened, how the city came to people were just, I wish we could all come together as a country like we did the day after 9/11.
Yeah.
And it didn't really matter, even if you were Muslim or whatever you were at the time. Nobody cared. Everybody was just supporting each other.
That's what's going to have to happen for us to survive this.
That's what I said today in the other show. But I think it was, it made me sad because, looking at it, bringing it, all that came rushing back, and just the generations of people below us who are never really going to really feel the real sense of it. The ones who weren't even born, who just were born after 9/11. They're not just they're never going to understand that day. The folks that we work with now in our offices were in their 20s and what have you. They weren't around for that.
They have no idea.
And it's almost like, how we feel for some of the other things, the atrocities in the world, the Holocaust and slavery and all that.
Right.
We weren't there for it, so we can try to empathize and feel it, but it's never going to really penetrate. And that's how I kind of felt about 9/11, the magnitude.
Yeah.
I just hope, we'll never forget, but I hope the stories just live on forever. And
I watch them all the time.
But I found the memorial. I found it sad. I was in Connecticut also, and I remember going to Connecticut right after it happened. And the train station, my hometown, was still full for people who were in the city, commuters and people who perished in the buildings because they just never came home. And their cars were sat at the train station for weeks.
Oh,
God. Sad.
That's sad.
But
it's a really different experience.
Let's
I wasn't there. I was thought, but I wasn't in the building.
Right. So Jazzy, so when you went to Florida, the Pulse Night, that's right, the memorial. I don't know how to describe the energy. It's the same kind of thing. You feel that energy, and oh my gosh. So Connie, I'm thankful that I wasn't at work that day. I would not have been able to handle the calls. I worked the night before and had gotten up early that morning. You worked United Airlines reservations.
Wow.
Oh my gosh. And over the years, I'd spoken to many of the passengers on the United flight.
I think of this because you guys are in New York City. There's a really good musical that they made based off of the stories of one of the pilots that landed in a small village in Newfoundland, Canada. It's called Come From Away.
Oh yes.
It's on Apple TV. They live shot it over COVID. It's really good. And the stories of it are the true stories of real people. that went and stuff. It's really interesting. Like I highly recommend checking it out if you can.
Absolutely. What so Barbara, I know those sites hold energy. It was very profound in the George Floyd Square too.
Oh,
Yeah. Since 9/11, every time I go to New York City, I avoid the memorial because of the fact I feel like when there's such a huge loss or something traumatic happens in a certain spot, that it does hold energy. And so I just wanted to avoid that and the sadness that I would feel. I was in California, young in California, when 9/11 happened. And we got up early in the morning, turned on the TV, and I saw the second plane going into one of the towers. And I just remember the fear and the shock and the pain and sadness for all those people. It's just something like America, the night before I went to sleep, America was one way. And then when I saw those planes go through, America changed that day. But I also was very proud of how everybody just came together. You know, we were all united. And right now we're so divided.
That's my big worry is, you know, you look at a tragic, terrible event, awful, like 9/11, and it's so you never forget where you were, like I said. And my fear is, what if something like that happened now?
Oh my God.
It would. That's
when, Katie. It's a matter of when.
Yeah.
And where.
yeah.
We are so vulnerable
We
right
did
now.
Iran wrong.
And
Remember what we did to Iran. That's a religion, and they are willing to give up their lives for their cause, not like Americans, and they don't care. They will suicide bomb, they'll go out in smaller cells, and we know.
And you seen how they wrapped themselves around those buildings when they thought we were going to blow them up last week.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we're not. I'm not going to live in fear, but I'm just surprised it hasn't happened yet. I know that sounds cynical.
Well, for the first time in my life, I thought twice about going to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Because those are the places that are so iconic as Americans that they're targets.
Well, Mickey might have been in the Epstein files.
And so there's a former cop that was arrested last night. And I don't know his name, but it's on all the news. He was plotting and planning to kill black people, and the community and his family, I think, alerted the police, and they picked him up. And he had 200 rounds, a gun, and he was going to possibly the New Orleans the Jazz Festival.
Oh gosh,
to shoot him up, but they got him locked up.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about some of these things that are happening. So we're going to get to some other topics after we finish sharing. Well, from there we went to Central Park.
Yes.
Which is so beautiful.
Yeah.
And just to see the people walking their dogs, so many dogs in the park, and
kids
and getting their exercise, and tourists
and the
riding
horses pulling the carriages.
So there was a lot of uplifting elements, I think, of the day, and just again, just a reminder that we are a community. So how do we come together without a tragic event, right?
Yeah.
Well, the photo that Momo sent me, I think, is a pretty good description of how a lot of us feel.
Get a feel to the bull crap.
That's a good one, Bobo.
That's funny.
Yeah, that was my baby. That was my baby girl. I raised her right.
We did both buildings. With a little in our throats.
One of my favorite, there's a Good Liars video where they go into Trump Tower and post the Jeffrey Epstein birthday book thing. Well, they try to post it, but of course they get it shut down. But that's just so funny.
I was thinking about during 9/11 real quick, when after Donald Trump, I think about how I felt that day and how I felt today, and the days when I watched the documentaries and when I'm trying to put it in my head. And for him to come up with, oh, now I got the biggest building in the city, to me makes him we knew who he was. That's why when people say they don't know
God,
who he
I
is,
forgot about that.
he's been telling us, and I'll never forget it.
Oh, that made me sick. I forgot about that.
It was within hours.
But the other thing I won't forget is the jet fighters flying over the city for, I don't know.
Yeah.
It was after
Oh.
they were flying over.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
shook the city.
What
Wow.
what I haven't forgotten is Trump started that war in Iran.
Yep.
Yeah.
He started it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they are calculating, and he said, "Oh, they can't knock any of our planes out of the sky," and they knocked down 2 after he said it.
And then last night they hit a hospital. It's like,
Yeah.
So the hospital, from what I'm finding, is it actually happened a month ago, but it's just now.
Oh.
We can, if we want to move on to that, I have that video up. I will give you guys a warning though. It's a lot.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
watched.
I think this is a different one than what we saw on Dawn's show. So I'm just giving you that warning now.
All right. Thank you, Katie.
You're welcome. Because I don't know, I'm probably gonna have to look away too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Katie, look away. Yeah.
Rarely.
Oh my God.
Zainab was rushed from intensive care into an ambulance as missiles struck near Khalid Jafar's Bushehr hospital on the 1st of March, the day she was born.
Because the hospital was damaged by airstrikes, it was not possible to remain there, so we brought the baby into the ambulance for the time being.
Zainab was among several newborns placed into fruit baskets as nurses scrambled to evacuate them to safety. The Iranian Red Crescent has recently released CCTV footage from hospitals across the country during the Israeli and US bombing campaign. It says these never-before-seen images reveal damage to hospitals following US-Israeli airstrikes on Iran and the sacrifices made by medical staff to protect patients' lives. Last month, the entire facade of Gandhi Hospital in Tehran was torn away after heavy bombing nearby. Iran's Ministry of Health says since the start of the US-Israeli bombing campaign, 8 hospitals have been evacuated, while 46 medical facilities and 216 health centers were damaged. Footage released by the Red Crescent captures the panic as missiles land near hospitals, the blast waves rippling through wards and corridors. This video was filmed in early March at Khatam al-Anbiya Hospital in the capital Tehran. As the neonatal ward shakes from nearby explosions, a nurse scoops up 3 newborns and runs. Later testimony from a nurse identified as Nida Salimi revealed she rescued 2 boys and a girl who had been born just 1 hour before the bombing began. Their first moments in life defined by survival under fire. Laura Khan, Al Jazeera.
Shame on us.
stop.
God.
Or Israel.
And that's after 100 young girls were killed
Yeah.
in the school. We, the people, did not agree to any of this.
Nope.
Yeah. I didn't consent to any of this. That's
None of this.
absolutely barbaric.
Use my money for something good or don't use it.
Yeah.
That's right.
This is the problem with Congress right now. They are not doing anything.
Representation.
It's because, Lori, they are afraid because their names are in the fucking Epstein files.
Yes, is it. That's it.
Trump
That's- the Trump
Oh,
Epstein
Trump
files.
thing.
That's why they're not going to do anything.
And
Yes.
I'm so upset because it just keeps going on, and we've got to get Article 2, Section 4. They got to go.
Yeah.
What is it, Andrea?
Article 2, Section 4.
Right.
Yeah.
There you go.
This has to, God. I hope every one of these people are held accountable for the crimes against humanity. You're absolutely right, Barbara. The war crimes, the illegal war that this is, the unauthorized war that this is. I
know. The thing too is like the Republicans that are in Congress are so complicit in this. You know, how many votes have we had so far? I lost track to strip his war powers. You know,
but it doesn't matter how many votes. It doesn't matter how many votes happen. He doesn't give a shit.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, Roseanne already dropped a bomb, but like anybody who watches that video and sees those babies in those and somehow still defends this war, I'm telling you right now, you are part of the fucking problem.
We have
and screw you.
We have two drugs and a pedophile running our country. Now, something wrong with us.
How do you have a soul from watching that and not?
That's sociopathy.
You know,
Here's the
Satan don't have a soul.
Here's what we're not even talking about anymore. All the people displaced in Ukraine, all the people displaced trip,
right?
All the people in Sudan. I mean, I'm not watching this plane right now, looking at the window going toward that building.
Oh yes, yeah, wouldn't that be some bullshit?
Venezuela.
Yeah, Venezuela. All these people around the world have been tortured by Trump and Netanyahu, and it's just and whatever. It's just ridiculous. We're not here on this earth long enough.
We can't even focus on helping them because we got so much stuff going on.
This man went from bankruptcy, 5 bankruptcies, 6 bankruptcies to he has taken $6.4 billion of American money. And they're still trying to take more. While we're watching Epstein, they're stealing from the United States.
There is some good news out of Ukraine. Russia did just return 193 captives.
Yes, they
Ukrainian
did.
people that they took captive.
Killed.
So that's something. No, they're alive.
No, that's not my point. I'm sorry. I am
But
happy about that.
That's good.
That's something.
Let's go to the
But couple comments I just want to highlight here. We are playing with fire. Jim is spot on as always. Remember, Iran helped fund many terrorist groups.
Yes.
It's only a matter of time, unfortunately, and this will not go unaddressed. Absolutely. Katie, you're getting big hugs from the group. Thank you, everybody.
I appreciate it.
Wants to give you a big hug. Yes, big virtual hug. Yeah, no one mentions Ukraine anymore.
Yeah.
No one mentions Gaza anymore.
Because we got
we are actively aiding and abetting in genocide at this point.
Yep. Last time I checked, I didn't vote for that at all.
Stormy Daniels.
Well, and this is not just, this is a Netanyahu issue. This is an Israel issue as well.
Well,
so
Lebanon.
They worked out a deal with each other, right?
Yeah.
Because he's involved too.
Yeah.
well, there is. I'm not 100% sure, but I've been seeing all over that he either had prostate cancer or is getting screened for it.
He has it. They got rid of the tumor. They said that he'll need he won't need a lot of, he's not getting chemo or anything. It was like, it didn't metastasize or anything. It was like in a nice little compact area, like a pain in the ass.
That's very nice.
They got rid of it. And I'm just like,
yeah.
He's not going to go through chemo or radiation or anything. They're treating it with different medications.
Sure.
Cortisol.
Meds that probably his own people don't even have.
Of the meds that are supposedly 800% off for us.
Oh my God! Did you guys see that?
Refund from the medicine, and that's the thing. Why would you allow somebody to say such ignorant things? And we know it's ignorant, but at a point you gotta say, "Don't waste my time with this bullcrap."
Yeah.
So yeah, Gaza, Sudan, the Congo, Ukraine. It does go on and on and on and on.
The detention centers that are still happening here.
People are still
Alley.
And I just read somewhere, I think it was CNN or ABC today, that some of the ICE agents will literally take women to hotels instead of the detention center and RAPE them and then take them to the detention center.
We do too, Army vet. We do too.
No oversight, no.
Jazzy and among friends. So.
We need to change subject now. Let's go.
Jazzy, we want to hear what you have to say.
Yes, we do.
Always.
So yeah, so this is ongoing and it's a big issue. How the hell we get out of this? I don't know. I thought there was a ceasefire. Oh yeah, but the hotel thing happened a month ago.
3 weeks. Imaginary ceasefire that's only in Trump's brain, by the way. Iran has not even agreed to anything.
They haven't spoken to
Israel
us.
hasn't agreed to that.
No, but Iran is really trolling him with all these little animations.
And they got
Right?
Pretty good.
yesterday.
They what?
They did a Baron video, an AI.
Oh, they did?
Cash Patel, one of my
Yeah.
debut. I just found it before I came up in here.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's sitting on the floor in a Spider-Man shirt in the office, beer and drinking liquor and it's stuff on the door, and he's trying to
There's
figure out
one
how to
with
run it.
him with Trump feeding him
Yeah.
Jack Daniels.
Oh, we may need to
Feeding
find
him
that
a
one.
box as a baby.
But I don't know. It's hard to tell now if there's copycats or these are really coming.
Right.
It's hard to
right.
tell
There's
these
so
right
much
now,
now.
so
They
we
are
can't
funny, though.
verify
They are
it.
funny.
Yeah, but they're still kind of funny.
They're still funny.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still trolling.
But it's sad because the presidency should also have been revered.
The FBI should be revered.
Our younger folks, our younger generations, everything's just been so
Yeah.
westernized. And
Well,
And if we tap into our show on Wednesday about follow the money, war is big business. So we can't forget that
which the
aspect.
Trump
of
boys
it.
are cashing in on, right?
Oh yeah, with their drone,
And then
back
you
in
have,
that drone
yeah,
business,
and
and
their son-in-law Kushner.
And stealing our money while they playing with the stock market.
Saudi Arabia, $2 billion.
yeah. So this is
Okay.
always all
Well-
about money.
Really fucked up.
So to kind of give us a little bit of a break,
oh, yes.
hold on.
Oh, here we go.
Knock on your door.
Bang, bang.
They knock on
Yeah, Cash Patel name on the badge. Talk big boy now stuck in the act. Said burn it down, said clear fast. Now you run what you used to trash. Built that image, sold that fight. Camera hit, you lost that light. All that talk don't hold that weight. Flow real quick when it's high stakes.
bang, bang, better ram. Hit the floor. Drunk, you laid on the floor.
Yeah,
Bang, bang, hear the sound, break it down.
break down.
Build it up just to lose it now.
Late night spin, can't stand straight. Ages knock too damn late. Knock, 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 still no reply. Top C silent. Wonder why. Bring the ram, break that frame. Top of power, still the same. Unreachable when it counts the most. Playing leader, acting ghost. Nashville lights, but the voice ain't there. Stage look loud, but the crowd don't care. Auto-tune dreams, no real tone. Dead crowd stay all on their phone. You fund the flights, push that show, but the streams stay flat. Don't bro, country act, but it don't feel right. More like dress up on the stage light.
You said you take it all down. Now you're lost in the sound. You said you stand your ground. Now you're falling right now.
You a real one skate, take real hits, play real fake. You want that night, lose that pace. Stop right out, can't hold your place.
Bang, bang, battering ram, hit the door. Drunk, you laid on the floor.
Yeah,
Bang, bang, hear the sound, break it down.
back down.
Bill cuts it up now, we're breaking down. Bang, bang,
Jesus.
bang, 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 bang. Echo the hall, you went up. Now
Woo!
That was a very
Hilarious.
The big old eyes.
It was a very accurate depiction of his crazy eyes.
Oh my god, the eyes! I can't.
Oh yeah, angry. That's not. And it's not real. Keeps trying to expand the goal. I think it is to take over as much of the Middle East. They definitely want to control it. Right? They definitely want, again, about money. They want to control the oil. They want to control the resources. So it's definitely 100%. There's Quiche.
Hey, Keisha.
Yeah.
Hi, Keisha. I love Keisha.
Long time.
All right.
I
How
love
many
you
drinks
too.
has, Andrea had?
Andrea don't need no drinks. Andrea sober. She is wild.
I don't drink, so I'm always sober.
Andrea, when I'm in Texas, I'm looking you up too.
You promise?
Yes.
That's
Haven't
okay.
I?
Andrea's
Just
a
because you don't
We're
drink
going.
sober, that's all I'm gonna say. It don't mean you got to have a
Alright.
substance. Some people just got it in their mind.
Yes, I'm with you.
Okay, so yeah, this is the hellscape we're in.
And I want to say for the last time, I'm so happy to be in this room and in New York with August and all of us together, and we the people unite.
We the people are really united.
Yeah,
here.
this my family. Better not come. Hey, you gotta come through me. I sweet the lick.
I met her in person. You don't want to do that. Let me tell you.
Yeah. And we have to, we have to support each other, and we have to create community to get through this.
Yeah.
So doing
and
these,
that's what this is all about. That's what we've been. That's been our goal all along, and that's why we're happy with the audience when they, chime in and tell us, and I mean, we really do appreciate your comments because sometimes we don't have nothing to say, and you tell us what we should say.
Exactly.
And there's so many people out there that are interested in these topics. I got another subscriber just coming up the elevator, getting off the elevator tonight in 2 minutes because she was like, "What do y'all do?" And she was like, "I need that in my life," and she was doing it in the hallway. Yeah, so by the way,
Right here in New York City.
So thank you everyone for
All
liking and subscribing because it really does
Thank you.
affect the algorithm. And just thank you for your support.
Absolutely.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely.
Yes, indeed.
So we do have a couple of other topics, correct, Katie?
Correct. Well, since Keisha came in, we can do hers.
Yeah.
She sent me.
Yeah.
It's the one with the firing, right?
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
we were on the train and I got this breaking news report that the DOJ reinstated firing squads.
Oh,
no.
God.
And phenobarbital for federal executions.
And
I'm done.
For what?
For federal executions. So instead of trying a humane way of killing people, which in itself is kind of an oxymoron, they're now willing to go back to more barbaric ways of killing people. There's just so much wrong with this. I don't.
Until everybody's ready to come out and support one another, we're going to keep going through this madness. You're going to have to be willing to come out and get uncomfortable. I had to leave my house and my knees hurt.
We walked around today, and I ain't good for all this, but I feel wonderful because I'm with my family and my new extended family, and I'm talking to people and we're engaged, and it's just, and I see people looking at us and they're like, "Man, you guys are really doing it."
Thank you, Army Vet. Yeah.
Thank you for that, Keisha.
We all have to come together. But let's talk about this for a minute because this is really disturbing.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to gloss over this because what the hell?
They're just cruel people. Anything cruel, or they're like, Roman times. They just want to see things that are gruesome. They all seem to have like a mental illness. They're just soulless.
So what do we go back to putting heads on spikes?
Right.
Yeah.
I mean,
yes, the guillotine.
They had the news hanging for the vice president not too long
This
ago.
is true.
What?
The news
when they tried to kill. When they tried to
kill.
Yeah,
they tried to.
Oh yeah. Hey, Pence.
And it says here that the acting AG, Todd Blanche, a 52-page plan to expedite this. Like, what do you have 52 pages worth? And they're already looking into 44 people to shoot.
Oh my God.
44 specific.
Brains that this
Yes, 44 defendants, including MS13 members, and how do we know, like, this? How do we trust this Justice Department in the first
Yeah,
place?
exactly.
They are
There's
going
no
to
due process, right? So they're sending them to that god awful place in what was it, El Salvador?
El Salvador. Mm-hmm.
And so now, well, we won't do that. We're just going to put them in front of a firing squad.
Is there going to be a trial, or are we just shooting people? I'm just asking.
They already just shooting people. Renee
And
and
this is Angry Army Vet. It will open the doors to other horrible things.
That's right.
well, I've heard allegedly they're talking about like basically gas chamber type stuff again.
Oh,
Like
God.
that's one of the things that I've heard, and that it just makes me think of Nazi Germany. It's just insane.
Why do you all think that they are doing this?
Well, because the reason doing all of this is while that you are hearing this horrible information and telling us this story, they're doing something behind the scenes is even worse.
Yeah,
I think it's the fear factor. I think that they want us to see their cruelty, and they want to make the people afraid. They want to put fear into us so that we do not dissent, we do not go against them. It's all about fear, power, and control.
And they want to normalize it.
Yeah.
Okay, so it also says in this article that 5 states are currently authorized this type of execution already, and it happened recently in South Carolina in 2025. And the other states are Idaho, Mississippi, Oklahoma, and Utah. In Utah, it is only if lethal injection is unavailable, and also Mississippi is the same way. Only if lethal injection is unavailable.
Well, they was running low on the chemicals for lethal injection, so that sounds awful convenient.
What
And I
happened?
see here it says reduce the time between conviction and execution.
Well, yeah, limit.
Then when the phone goes up, we can just do them right away.
Okay.
No due process. I mean, this is ridiculous.
This is what they want to do. I don't mean to kind of scare people, but like this is pretty much what they want to do to people like us.
Yeah, I saw a news thing on Democracy Now! Where they were saying that they want to have liberals labeled as domestic terrorists.
Yeah.
Right.
So
yep.
This is scary.
Very. Yeah, and they want to get rid of due process. They've already done it for, undocumented immigrants, where they're still covered on the Constitution. What they're trying to do is get rid of due process for all of us, get rid of all the appeals that you were owed to throughout your prison sentence to try to prove your innocence and stuff. And, and also the fear tactic is really headed towards, the midterms in November, where it's like, if you don't vote for me, guess what? We're going to go after you. You might as well just bring up, the guillotine, drawn quartering from the colonial aid. If you really want to go barbaric, there you go. We'll go back to those times, because obviously you're not following anything they're saying anyways.
Well, so that's the one thing I see good about this is if they can do this to us, when it's time to reverse, we can bring back the guillotine.
That's
so
right.
If we're going to be barbaric, when it's time to punish them, I don't want to hear anything about, the guillotine is so barbaric. That's so, no. Off with their heads. Bye.
Four horses.
And by them, I mean Trump and his administration and all the illegal activities, the war crimes, all of it.
If you're here as an illegal immigrant, it's a misdemeanor. It is not a felony. An illegal immigrant is just a misdemeanor.
100%. Yep.
Right.
And Trump always pushes the line. So when they say they want to reduce the time from conviction to execution, I hear conviction, immediate execution.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right, Marlon.
Right. No appeal process whatsoever.
Right. I don't know why they think they have the right to make these decisions without the people.
Okay,
because they don't believe He's a king. Yeah. Yeah.
We do obviously in the movement.
He wants to be like off with their head, like back
Like
in the
a
day
king.
with kings.
Like a king.
Yeah.
Right?
Mhm.
Exactly.
Oy.
Yep, no one is illegal on stolen land.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah.
No one is illegal on stolen
I think we never realized how weak our constitution really is, that they don't have to.
It's
follow
not
it.
weak. They're not just. They're just
Right.
not obeying
That's
it.
what I-
But,
not,
the caveats that you have to
Right.
go through and the hoops you have to jump through, I think it's important to have fail safes. But the stuff they do, it was like they wrote the stuff down for the president to be figurative, and they didn't really see. They probably thought they would never have to do it, but they didn't really see the minutia that was in it to get it done. And by the time you get it done, it takes so long that, and then at the end of it, with the 25th Amendment situation, 25th Amendment situation, he can just say, I'm not crazy, I'm fine. And we have to go with
But
that.
the vice president can declare him crazy and still go with it, but he's not. They're not obeying the Constitution. He didn't even obey the Constitution and putting his hand on the Bible when he was sworn in.
He doesn't even know the Constitution. What are you talking about?
Well, and it's not just Trump, right? We have all of them who have completely ignored their oath of office.
Yeah, they're all complicit.
They're all complicit. So this is where our system was not designed for. It was designed for people who actually love this country.
That's right.
Yeah, exactly.
And upholds the Constitution,
That's right.
and we're supposed to have 3 equal branches of government. And
Where are they?
All our norms, our mores and folkways, and for anybody that doesn't understand what that means, basically our norms and things we do in this country, we always have. Some of it needs to be changed, but we still have to follow the Constitution because it is the only thing that separates us from the masses of other countries. And right now, I'm embarrassed, and I feel empowered.
A democracy for
All right,
or
well,
autocracy.
let's talk about something positive.
I know I have to. That's what I said. Well, I'm ready for August.
What
on the
happened
move.
in Hungary?
Oh
Yes.
yeah, we talked
Absolutely.
about that last week.
That's what I was going to respond to Sandy's comment about what can we do to get him out if he doesn't want to go. Well, in the midterms, we need to have the majority in the House and the Senate. That's the first step. And then we have to come out in masses and vote him out.
right, just like Hungary.
Just like Hungary.
That's what happened in Hungary. There was
no doubt.
There
But
was
it
no
took
doubt.
16 years for them to get done. We can't take
No, we're not
16
taking
years.
16
No.
We're not waiting that long.
So again, we plead to everyone, we the people, left, right, center, whatever, wherever you are on the political spectrum, because it's not about politics anymore. It's about our country. And so either we the people take it back, or we allow them to continue with all this shenanigans that they're doing and completely ruin it to a point where how do we recover? It takes 16 years to recover.
Right.
I don't know. People are starting to wake up. I feel like I have hope again. It's a roller coaster ride at this point.
Yes, it is.
His numbers.
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Well, yeah, but you also have
Tucker Carlson.
Well, Megyn Kelly. Oh my God! I mean,
Yeah, but we know they're fair weather friends.
But I still don't trust those two.
I don't either.
MTG, they're finally realizing it. But have they ever come back and say, "Oh my God, I'm sorry.
No.
I was wrong." No, they're upset because they
Tucker Carlson
Yeah,
did, but does he mean it? I don't.
No.
Did they ever come out and say I'm voting for the Democrat? I'm
No.
gonna vote for the
I
next
think
Democratic
Nick-
nominee.
I think Nick Fuentes did.
Oh well.
Oh, did he?
But-
Yeah.
and he's got a pretty big voice on the right.
So we'll keep an eye on them in the midterms and see who they vote
Right.
for.
Yeah.
Nick is sending the Gorbers out it's crazy. He said, I'm gonna come over here. I long for Obama. I said, what's going on with Nick? I said, things then got rough because Nick don't even like black people. But
Yeah.
he want Obama. He said, bump them all. He didn't I said, the enemy of my enemy is my friend.
Yeah.
Yeah, he learned it. He's like, what the crap is this?
Oh my gosh. important topics. Did we have, you wanted to talk about RFK a little bit too, Katie?
I got other stuff too, like the scientists. We're gonna talk about that.
Oh yeah. So what the hell, you guys, in the comments, in the chat, what's going on with missing scientists? Is this a conspiracy theory, or is something going on?
Oh yeah.
You want me to play this then?
Yeah.
Yeah. Going on.
Okay.
This morning, members of Congress are set to take on a deepening mystery after at least 10 American scientists, all with ties to U.S. nuclear or space research programs, have died or disappeared.
It does appear that there's a high possibility that something sinister is taking place here.
On Monday, the House Oversight Committee saying it will investigate the string of incidents, writing, if the reports are accurate, these deaths and disappearances may represent a grave threat to U.S. national security.
You think?
It comes just days after the FBI launched its own probe. The agency telling NBC News it is working with the Department of Energy, Department of Defense, and state and local law enforcement to find answers. President Trump even said he was briefed on the matter last week.
I hope it's random, but we're going to know in the next week and a half.
The mysterious deaths and disappearances began in 2023 when Michael David Hicks, a scientist who worked with NASA's Jet Propulsion Laboratory, died at the age of 59, with no cause of death publicly released. Between 2024 and 2025, 7 other scientists were reportedly killed or went missing, including 60-year-old NASA engineer Monica Reza, who vanished while on a hike near Los Angeles. And earlier this year,
my husband is missing.
William Neal McCaslin, a 68-year-old retired Air Force general, disappeared after authorities say he left his Albuquerque home on foot. The wave of deaths and disappearances sparking a slew of suspicion and conspiracy theories online.
This is not just a coincidence, it's absolutely a pattern.
Now, the cases are getting even more attention as federal investigators and lawmakers look for a potential link.
And it's unclear how long the investigation could take to complete, though a senior FBI official says it will likely take longer than the week and a half the president had suggested. Craig?
Ryan Noble's force there in Washington. Ryan.
No.
Wow.
So I wanted to highlight this. Check out Stephanie Harlow's deep dive on this. We'll definitely do that.
Yeah.
So thank you for that.
Stephanie Harlow.
What the heck? What? Sounds fishy.
Very.
Do you think it's somebody like Russia or something doing that? Or do you think it's our own government?
Well, several of them are working on we're working on UFO research or working with the topic of UFOs, and so that in itself is very suspicious. Like what?
And left us.
Interesting.
There's something that they're working on that they don't like. Whoever is involved doesn't want people to know about. Something I don't know. It's just
I know. I think it was sick. Oh. I know that there were a lot. I think Marco Rubio was a part of this committee that were looking into. They call them not UFOs anymore. There's another name they call it, saying that they do believe they know for a fact they're unidentified objects, and they don't think that any government has the ability to have that type of technology, and that there was like basically kind of was confirming that maybe it was like UFOs, not from Earth technology. So, yeah.
Another couple recommendations here to watch. So everybody write these names down and check them out. Definitely.
She's channel.
Just got dark. The big ship.
Unidentified anomalous phenomena.
Mm-hmm.
Changing it.
And the Air Force, the pilots are seeing them all the time. And they had footage of the radio communications from those pilots. And now, because it's happening so much, they're allowing them to report it instead of like telling them that, no, you didn't see it. You got some mental illness or something.
Right.
Independence Day.
Well,
Yeah.
and you wonder, going back to the scientists, you wonder if some of them are disappearing on their own volition.
That's possible.
Maybe.
Trying to go to other countries
for
for
safety.
sanctuary.
Yeah.
I've heard a couple things like that.
That's possible.
So, Marley, are you saying that there are aliens that may have kidnapped
I'm
people?
saying that politicians had a committee where they were researching because a lot of Air Force pilots were witnessing these strange, like flying objects that they couldn't understand. And so they were researching it, and they basically came out and said they confirmed that there is there are unidentified flying objects there, and they don't know where it's coming from, but they don't understand there's no countries that they know of that would be able to even have that technology. So
Please
to me, I mean,
take us away, please.
Well, whatever happened to the drones? Did we ever get an answer on that?
No.
All those drones flying over New Jersey. And
Yeah, remember we talked about that a year and a half ago.
That just got swept up.
All right, everybody, it's late here in New York.
So I've got two funnies after this. Like
Yeah,
they're not
to send. I forgot to send Andrea's funny. Okay, keep going. I'm gonna send you two more real quick.
okay.
I was busy.
These are just pictures, but this is something that's around DC. If you can't read it, it says public safety announcement, sex offender in the area. I'm one of them. And this one I like better.
Sorry.
The Blues Brothers.
Blues Brothers. Oh my God.
I love that one.
Oh my gosh.
That was good.
Let me just send you a couple more.
That's fine.
That's funny because Cash actually had some crimes for his alcohol.
Yeah.
Issue, he says.
He applied for the Florida bar, and one of them was public intoxication. I forget what the other one was.
Okay,
Wow.
here's one. I'll send you the other one while we're watching that one.
Okay. Oh. Meanwhile, my child is running around
the subway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Yeah, I took a picture of it. Actually.
You reload it.
Finished.
Yes.
He said it smelled like fish in here.
Oh, girl. Okay.
Jokes for my dad. Not like that.
I need to start screening this
He
stuff.
said it smelled like fish in here.
You see what happened last weekend? We got screwed.
All right, here we go.
Do we have to screen this one, or is this one clean?
I don't remember. Oh, great.
Sound.
Oh, why? I just had it.
I know.
I swear to God.
Does it every time.
I swear.
I'm gonna start that over.
Yeah, I'm getting to it.
On TikTok, she said that I would rather adjust my life to your absence than to adjust my boundaries to accommodate your disrespect. Damn, if that ain't a word. You know what I'm saying? What's that thing that y'all do? Yeah, baby. Because she definitely ate with that. You know what I mean? Big time. Yeah, I seen this girl on TikTok.
It's very true.
Yep.
Did y'all
Absolutely.
catch that?
Yep.
I'd rather adjust my life to other standards than to keep going through this type of abuse.
That's right.
So let's just a couple more comments, and then we'll call it a weekend.
No August on the move?
Oh yeah.
No, she said not today.
Not tonight. No, she's been with us. I used to watch a program called Project Blue Book. Yeah, it was about piracy and UFOs, true stories. Yeah, I remember that. UAPs, it's a government admits it. They take it seriously and view it as a national threat. Right. Yeah, I'm on my laptop today, so I don't see very well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someday we'll get the truth about all of it.
Maybe they'll save us.
Yeah, that's what I keep.
Come get us, them or Jesus, and I keep looking in the sky and nothing happening.
All right, everybody, we're gonna continue our New York adventure. Thank you so much for joining us. We love you.
Bye-bye.
We appreciate
Like
you.
and subscribe.
Like and subscribe, and we'll be back home next week.
Yeah.
So
Aw.
Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday next week. All right, everybody.
Have fun.
Bye.
Bye.
One
We the people unite.